picked it up, I was on, and then on Tuesday, it was like it didn't have the same prompts. It's just, it's amazing to me.
Okay, so how did everybody do this week with the prep?
I did all right. This lesson was a little, I don't know, wordy or something. Something was.
Yeah. There's a lot of theory going on. It drives me nuts. I just want to plug and chug done. I don't want to have. I don't want to know the why. I just want to put my numbers in and be done.
Where I wrote, huh? I read the sentence and I wrote that in the highlighter. Like, what? Huh? Oh, yeah.
No, there's like some all I hear is blah, 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 blah when I read all these like wordy things. But anyway, okay.
And those videos are really rough. Like, I'll listen to them, but like I have to turn them up and I have to really focus and like.
AP stats.
So I guess my only question, because I did on the prep, it was number 10, and it was D, and it was number 4. Sorry, that was confusing. But I didn't get the same value that they did.
I didn't either.
Okay. I figured that out. Hold on. Hold the phone. I have too many papers. I'm sorry. My morning has been a mess.
I'm sorry.
Well, my ex-husband's mother is not doing well at all, and is probably going to pass away really soon. And so now I'm gonna take my kids tonight and drive down so they can see her in the morning.
I'm sorry. That's hard.
Because I don't know where he is, and he hasn't answered me, and so.
Wow.
Anyway, so number 10. D.
Yeah, number 10, D.
Yeah, I had to rework that one after. But
did you 0.209, Laura?
I got negative 0.117.
Okay, that's what I got. I didn't get that, but okay. The first time I worked it out, I was using the 8.8, which was the standard deviation that you got when you plugged it into the Excel spreadsheet. But they don't want you to use that. They want you to use the standard deviation of 5 from the national standard.
Oh, there it is. I didn't see that.
Oh, different numbers.
That one totally threw me off too. And if you go back and look at the question, they want you to use 5.
The standard deviation of 5, and that gives you an Z value of negative 0.207.
How did you get that? Because I used the standard deviation of 5, 46.73, right? For the X bar?
46.73, yeah.
Subtract 47.
Yeah, so you get negative 0.267.
Divided by 5, divided by the square root of 15?
Yes.
So negative 0.209, right?
Yeah, but in the answer key, they have negative 0.207.
And I can't remember. I did have to adjust some things. My rounding has been, like, I've had to, like, take things out farther. And I think I actually...
Oh, they probably used the entire mean, right? They probably didn't round it to the 46.73.
I don't know.
Well, 46... Oh, okay. That would probably...
I got the 0.207, which gives you a p-value of 0.836.
Which the p-value 0.8. Yeah,
now you get negative 0.207 if you use the whole number instead of rounding. You get 0.206559, so it's 0.207.
Yeah.
Okay. Use the entire mean.
Well, and the thing is, so I had a calculator online that I was using where I could put in the whole equation so that I wasn't like losing numbers to rounding. And I think it screwed me on my exam because I did one of the questions on the prep here with it, came out with a completely different number, completely wrong.
And oh my gosh. Have you talked to Brother Cromer?
I've sent him an email, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the meeting or not because now I'm going to be in Augusta, Georgia tonight. So
How long is it going to take to get to Augusta?
It's 2 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, well, because I'm at the top of South Carolina, it's just down to an hour over to Columbia and then over. It's not far, but I've got to drive down there tonight so that they can go see her first thing in the morning because she's really only cognizant for a couple hours in the morning, apparently. So
that's hard.
Yeah, so it's.
Well, I wonder if there's not some recourse though. If you could have a way to show him, look, all my calculations and my formulas, I set them all up right, but this calculator.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know.
Like the consistency of that, you know the stuff, but the calculator's rounding problems. I mean, I just wonder because it's not like you didn't know.
I know and I've got all my papers right here from the test, like all my scribbles and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what he says. He hasn't answered me yet. So, but I've got to get this done, and I've got 2 little papers I've got to write for my nursing class this afternoon now.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Thanks. I'm just a little.
Some days are like that, huh? Mama said there'd be days like this.
Yeah.
But still.
Well, and then I always get really stressed out and nervous. Even when we were married, I used to get hives. Like I would stress myself out so bad about his family. So.
Oh, great. Oh. I'm sorry. Is your husband going to go with you?
No, he has to stay and work. And so.
Is there anybody that could go with you, like a family member, a friend, or something?
I don't know. Not probably at the last minute, but it'll be all right. I'm gonna take my schoolwork and.
I'd go with you if I lived down there.
Thank you. So I'm just his 2 of his sisters are there, so I'm sure everybody will just smile and fake it, and we'll all, it'll all be okay. So
I'm sorry.
It's stressful when you're there, your in-laws. It's extra stressful when they're your ex-in-laws.
Yeah, for sure.
I can imagine.
Yeah, especially since they don't. Yeah, they didn't believe a lot of the stuff that was going on. They blamed it on me.
It's easier that way. They can protect not my son.
Well, yeah, my son's not mentally
right.
changed,
Well, it's easier to be in denial than to accept the truth.
Yeah. So, anyway, okay. Sorry to distract.
That's okay.
So, any other questions on the prep?
Let's see. So that's what my p-value is off on 10.45 or 10.10d5. But that would
if you put it back in, then you get the correct one.
Then
So who else, like that whole type 1 and type 2, just really wanted that to just go away? Can they stop that?
I hope we can have a 1-sheet thing we did on this test, because I intend to just write it out, the whole flipping thing, so I can refer back to it, because it's like, what? Yeah, the type 1 and type 2, there's so much, like you said, wordiness. Like we fail to reject the null because
you can't prove the null, but you can't. Like this was my sheet for this test.
Oh, you typed it.
Oh, you typed it.
Oh.
Well,
That's
actually, I took all the reviews, because remember they had the summaries for each of the chapters, and I took pieces of it and pasted it, so I didn't have to type it out, so I wouldn't mess up, and then I would write out the formulas.
That's better looking than mine. Wait, this is mine. Can you see it?
Oh.
It's all handwritten.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
My font down. I'm like,
yeah. Anyway, that test was harder than I thought it would be, and longer than I think they should be, because by about 30 questions, I'm like, what? I'm starting to. Okay.
Okay, so are we ready to start the group meeting quiz, or do we have any other questions?
Did anyone have questions on the homework?
Let me look at the homework.
You know what? Honestly, I didn't get there.
You know what? I
It's
got
okay.
5:30 this morning and did the homework. And the homework quiz, because I'll get behind. That's the thing on this.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It was, let's see. No, it's going to take me a little while to really solidify it in my brain. The p-value corresponding to the null and the z-score, and how, because I'm trying to wrap my mind around all of that still and have it just make logical sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll come. I just need to do a little more pounding. So
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of these things were just now like connected, so it's going to take us a little bit.
So my husband was telling me he's an engineer and he uses p-values all the time. I'm like, why? Like, what real life, application does this have? And he said, what you guys are doing, he said, it's like you have a hammer and all you're doing is theoretically talking about the use of the hammer and how to use it and when to use it, when not to, and what does it look like, and blah, blah, blah. He's like, you won't get this until you actually have to use it someday. Like, you'll understand the use of a hammer and why it's so important when you actually pick it up and you use it to do something. But if you're just looking at it and theoretically, all these, story problems and whatnot, he's like, you're not going to get the whole p-value till you actually have to use it for, statistics that you do in a job. So,
Gotcha.
So I think it's going to be a little nebulous till then.
probably, hopefully forever. I really don't want to. I really don't want to use p-values in my life.
No, I told him, I'm like, I don't think I can like you anymore because he loves this stuff. He'll sit down with me and be like, ooh, do you have any statistics homework? I'm like, go away.
What kind of engineer is he?
My husband's a programmer, and he looks at it and he's like, oh, that makes my head hurt.
Oh, really? Okay.
Allison, is he mechanical engineer?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. All right.
So he has to do all these experiments that we're talking about. He has to do them all the time.
It is
so
that's really cool.
Yeah, and so he just said no one will take you seriously unless you have a p-value. In any time that you're trying to do statistics, he's like, you won't be taken seriously unless you have that. So I'm like, oh, okay.
How does he get that p-value without the probability outlet? I don't know.
Does he have a probability outlet? Because that would be fun. Be a little pocket probability outlet.
And there are better tools in the real world to use this kind of stuff. He's like, nobody finds z-scores. He's like, z-scores are dumb. Nobody uses z-scores.
Really?
You get a p-value.
Yeah, I guess they have all sorts of programs and tools and stuff they use. Anyway.
Okay.
But we'll
So
just
they probably
keep
it all in.
utilizing the hammer for now. We'll use it someday, I'm sure.
Okay. I'm ready to take the
Yeah, I'm
quick
ready. I got it pulled up.
I don't. Hang on.
pull it
Lesson 9 quiz.
These quizzes are getting longer.
Let's see. I learned how to make a bookmark on the computer, so I'm feeling a little bit advanced today.
Yay! These quizzes keep getting longer. There's 21 today.
21 questions on the group quiz?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, let's get down.
Too.
Let's get down to it then, I guess.
Let's get to it.
Yep.
Okay, so which hypothesis involves the equality equals? That's the null hypothesis.
Okay.
The p-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. Use this information to answer the next question. Okay. Remember
the null to be true, right?
Remember that the p-value is the
so fast I have to read them. So yeah, Allison, were you reading it? Just read the whole thing. Can we read them? Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. So question 4.
Okay.
Remember that the p-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. Okay. So when computing the p-value, which hypothesis do you assume to be true? It's the null hypothesis.
Yeah. Okay.
I tried to watch your AP stats guy, and he was going on and on about the null hypothesis like for 5 minutes.
It didn't help?
It did a little bit, but he was a little crazy.
I guess I can relate to a little crazy because I'm like, all right, okay.
He's yelling at me about this null hypothesis and how boring it is, and it was just really I'm like, what? It's fine.
Yeah, he clarifies things where I guess he's in my realm of crazy.
I got you. No, it helped. It did. I just.
Okay, so question 5. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a two-tailed test? That would be C.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Agreed.
That's the one that not equal to.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
it could be greater or lesser than, so then you've got two tail on each side.
Yeah.
Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a left-tailed test? That would be the smaller one, so A.
Less than. Yeah, so this one I was like left-tailed less than. I took the L and the L. And
There
then
you go. I like
in my
that.
mind, greater than is the right test, so that I'm like, it's great to be right.
There you go. I like that. That's nice.
What I did.
Okay, so 7 would be B.
Good.
Which of the following represents the alternative? Okay, greater than B. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so remember that we determine the outcome of a hypothesis test by comparing the p-value to the level of significance, or A. So which relationship would result in failing to reject the null hypothesis?
So that would be A, right?
The p-value is less. No, p-value is greater than A. Then we would fail to reject the null.
Yeah.
P-value
So the
greater.
p-value is greater than A.
I don't know. I always do my hands like this, and I'm like, if it's this, then we keep it. This, we chuck it.
I always do the L with the left then. I make the less than makes the letter L.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I do. And I have to do it every
so
time.
So which
B
is
is
the
A.
Which
is
really,
A? Okay.
So which relationship would result in rejecting the null hypothesis?
So that would be B.
p-value is less than A. Yeah, come here.
Yeah. That's B.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
an insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates.
Oh,
When
shoot.
originally-
I'm behind you guys. Hold on. So A was 8 was A,
Yes.
and 9 was B.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't realize I missed one in there. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. The insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates. When originally setting the rates, they believed that the average claim amount was $1,500. They are concerned that the true mean is actually higher than this. So use the information for the next 2 questions. So 1,500 equals the null hypothesis, and then you need like the greater sign
The following. Okay. Yeah. So
for the alternative.
the
So
average.
number 10, which of the following would be the appropriate alternative hypothesis?
The average claim is
So it
greater.
would be C. Yeah.
C.
C.
C,
Okay.
right? C is in Charlie.
C's and cat.
Okay.
Which of the following would be the appropriate null hypothesis?
So it's equal to,
It's
so
equal.
A.
Average claim is equal to 1,500.
The insurance company randomly selects n equals 40 claims and calculates a sample mean of 1,650. Use the information. Okay. Yeah, it is a good assumption.
Yeah, because the sample size is large.
The 12 is A.
Okay. Which theorem or law? The law of large numbers, right?
What theorem or law justifies your answer to the previous
No, it's
question?
the central limit theorem.
limit.
You're talking about this distribution.
Oh, that's right. Because we're talking about distribution. We're talking about the shape of it. Okay.
Okay. Law of total probability. I've never heard of.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Which of the
Which of the
following
following?
is the best statistic as defined in this lesson? It's z-score.
X.
That's right. This test statistic is the z-score. Yes,
Okay.
that's what I think too. I remember highlighting that in the notes. Yeah.
Okay.
Get it some scratch paper. You can tell it's getting deep here. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so the historical mean of sales receipts at a grocery store is 150 with standard deviation of 40. Okay, so the manager suspects that the average has decreased. And she sets up the hypothesis. Okay. she will use the level of significance of 0.05 and the cells sample of 36. So
Okay, so
calculate the score.
is it the X bar subtract?
Negative 0.9?
Oh, you were too fast.
I don't know.
I'm not even close.
I haven't written it out yet.
Where's this one?
Or
Deviation of 40. What's our, okay, 36. Yeah, I hadn't even gotten a whole thing right now, and you were like, done.
I don't either. What was the standard deviation?
For 40.
Oh,
and
there it is.
36.
Divided by the square root of 36. Okay.
Oh, what is the standard deviation? Oh, 40. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
And then N is 36.
Divided by 40 divided by square root of 36. 0.9, negative 0.9?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Z. Negative.
Yep.
All right, Kara, you better take it off. You better brush.
My applet. I was like, I closed.
Okay, so then we're plugging that into the probability applet. It says, what is the p-value associated with the z-score from the previous question? So we're just selecting the leftmost, right?
The leftmost or just
Yeah, the leftmost because it's less than.
And it's negative, so yeah.
So it's 0.184.
okay, hold on. I just
I did. Oh, that's why. Point.
0.184.
Negative. Oops.
So P equals 0.184. Okay.
So that means that it's greater than the significant number.
Wait, we need to round that, right? To 0.184. Okay. 0.184. Just like
Okay, so what's the z-score?
0.
I didn't realize that that was part of the answer. Okay. Negative 0.9 was the z-score.
Mm-hmm.
And the p-value to 3 decimal places, 0.184. And so it's greater.
Greater than the alpha. So
Okay.
fail to reject the null, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Insufficient evidence. Population.
So the conclusion for this problem, we have insufficient evidence.
That the mean is less than 150?
That the true population mean is less than 150. Yeah.
Yes.
So C, as in cat?
We have insufficient evidence that the population
Yeah, that's
mean
what I
is less.
Yay or nay?
I put C.
Yeah, C as in cat?
Yeah.
Okay. 19.
Null hypothesis. When the null hypothesis is true. Type 1.
Yeah, that's type 1.
Rejecting the null when the null is true. Yeah, type 1.
Oh.
Okay, question 20. Look, we're almost done.
Oh.
A researcher decided that instead of using a level of significance, oh, that will be true.
Would be B?
That's what I think. Because it would be the probability of a type 1 error will decrease, but that's not an answer. So the,
Yeah, but the experiment wouldn't be more valid.
so the default, it would have to be the probability of a type 2 error will increase. Because a type 1 error would decrease. Right?
Yeah, a type 1 error would decrease, so that would make the type 2 error increase.
Increase.
Oh boy, this just makes my head swim.
I know, me too.
I had to write, Lorena, I had to write this down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you can see that, but like, I had to say like type 1 and like do arrows. I have to do pictures. I can't do like words.
Okay. So.
Oh, now I lost the test. There it is. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
so
So
that
it's
was
alpha.
21 would be 0.05, correct?
Point.
Okay, I don't understand.
I
How
hate
do
it when
you-
they say compute and there's no computing involved.
1 in
Yeah,
20.
no, it's just 0.05. Type 1 errors is always going to be whatever alpha is.
Okay. Boy, that's.
Yeah, I'm looking for it to say like 1 in 20 or something, but if alpha equals 0.00, 0.05.
So if you looked at it, it would be 5 in 100.
Or 1 in 20. So same. Okay, point. Are you taking my Diet Coke and all in? Why would you?
Ooh, we missed one.
We did?
Mhm.
What'd we miss? I've got them all.
You got them all right?
Well, no, I answered all of them. I haven't scored it yet.
So number 15 is wrong.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is it because we have to put 900?
I didn't get 15 wrong.
What did you put?
Negative 0.9.
Oh, I forgot the negative.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't put the negative in?
I didn't put the negative in.
Oops.
Everything else is right.
Yipperoo. Have you guys ever tried the jalapeno cheddar Cheetos? Crap. They're so flippin' good.
Do you know what my girls at girls camp would do? They would take those and then pour Kool-Aid powder on them and eat them.
Ew.
I don't know, because then
Like-
you have hot and sweet combination. Like sugared Kool-Aid powder? Like that's already mixed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not
I know,
gonna-
just
That's probably good.
Pocket. They would just like sprinkle it over their spicy Cheetos. And I'm like, wow, we've really hit a low level of grossness at girls camp.
Yuck.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay.
Okay, any other questions, or are we going to see each other next Tuesday?
Tuesday, I guess. I want to see what Laura wrote on that paper though. Like the arrow thing. That I want to write that
What
down.
arrow? What are you talking about?
Oh, are you talking about me?
Allison, yeah, sorry. You wrote that. I can't see
So
it.
here's what I did. Is I put a down arrow next to the number sign.
Okay, so wait a minute. So down arrow next, low number. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
then-
Equals down arrow type 1.
Oh.
Okay.
And this is the alpha. So if the alpha number is low, okay, then
The probability of making a type 1 error decreases.
decreases.
The probability of making a type 1 error decreases. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And then I put, if the number is higher, if alpha is higher,
mhm.
then it decreases type 2 probability.
Okay. Okay. It decreases type 2.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're talking about diabetes.
I know.
Like, what?
Thought I would understand.
Well, I know, it's just at the pharmacy, we're always talking about diabetes, so.
Yeah.
Oh, type 1, type 2.
Type 1, type 2, that's what I think about.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had a funny thing happen to me last night, though. We got called in by a member of the bishopric while we had my son at Cub Scouts last night, and they're redoing the whole organization of our Cub Scouts, and we like changed the time that they meet and everything. It's a big deal. Well, they're releasing pretty much everybody in the Cub Scout organization. And, you know, I've been razzing my husband. I'm like, they're going to call you to be Cub Master. Like, you know, just knew it. No, they call me in. They called the two of us in to ask him to be a committee member, me to be the committee chair. And
Then they're done.
they called my brother-in-law to be the Cub Master.
So are you the Cub committee chair or the scouting committee chair?
No, I'm the Cub committee chair.
Oh, that's good. Have fun with it.
So
Last two people at my ward that had that calling got called to be the Relief Society president next. Well, it was the scout committee. So
yeah, no, now it's not gonna happen.
what I said.
Yeah, oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like walking out, he's like, I didn't get to be Cub. he's all rubbing it in.
It's an interesting calling on the scout committee because it's just an interesting calling.
Yeah.
The worst part of that whole calling is doing the annual
The Derby? No.
the rechartering. But it will be interesting because the announcement yesterday, right?
Yes, exactly. But
What do you guys think about girls in the Boy Scouts?
I don't know. Weird. It'll be weird.
Was that the announcement yesterday?
Yeah, that they're going to be allowing girls in Boy Scouts.
You gotta be kidding.
No, that was
I don't
announced.
know why they're going to call it Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
It's going to have to call it
Because it wasn't there because there's Girl Scouts.
They have no intention to change the name.
Girl Scouts is so different. I actually like the idea of I want to keep them separate, obviously, for very obvious reasons. But I think that the girls, you know, like I have a 10-year-old girl. She wants to do the Pinewood Derby. She wants to go on.
I wanted to do that.
To go on these cool things that they get to do.
Learning how to shoot. I mean, there's a lot of things that the guys do, and I think it would be good for girls. But yeah, that's interesting putting the girls with the boys.
Well, and they said that like the smaller the troop, they would keep them separate. Like especially for the Cub Scouts, if you had a really small Cub pack, you would keep your boys and your girls separate.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I thought
It was weird. Like they haven't. I don't think they've got all their ducks in a row with it yet.
Yeah, they just keep changing everything.
I know. I wonder what the church is going to do about this.
Because they're pulling out of Boy Scouts, aren't they? After the age of 14.
Yeah, they don't do the Venture Scouts anymore.
Yeah.
So I think
But
fine because we just don't.
you can still get your Eagle Scout.